Hello Taurus, welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for being here. And this is your mid-December reading till end of year. General and love. And it's the divine spread that I'm doing. So I'm shuffling your cards for the Karma Dharma card and see what karmic situation, what's happening for you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that you do. We're at the end of the year. Another year gone. Let's see what the end of the year will show for you. Today is actually the 15th of December. Okay, one card for Taurus, please. Spirit guides and angels. What is Taurus going through? Judgment. Wow. Judgment is Pluto. A judgment calling. This is an awakening. It's an awakening, and it's also a second chance. For those of you that are dealing with something that's coming back around now, Uranus is at the end of Aries. It's still retrograding, but it's at about 29 degrees. So maybe you will be trying again. Uranus is the rebel. It's, changing things up. It's doing things differently. Now, Uranus has a 7-8 year cycle. I think it's going to be in Taurus for about 7-8 years. So this is going to be a very long transit. And of course, the sign of Taurus is our values, okay, and what is important to us. Now, the Judgment card is, it's a very karmic card because it depicts, something that has been dead for a while. It's time for it to rise up, to come to life again. So something has obviously been left to rest, and it's time for it to awaken. It's time for it to come back. And as I said, this is a very karmic card. So it is a very important time for you, dear Taurus. So this is the card of Scorpio. Some of you may be dealing with someone who's got strong Scorpio in their chart, but you may also have Scorpio within your chart. Now, Pluto is actually in Capricorn at the moment. It's just started to move into the third decan. So it's the last 10 degrees of Capricorn, which is where it's most strongest. It's finishing up a cycle, let's say. It's very slow moving, so it's going to take a while yet. But I'm just saying that it gets stronger, even stronger after the 20th degree. Now, here, what just opened up is the Magician, and the Magician is a number 1. This is as above, so below, having the power, and Pluto is all about power as well, the power to manifest whatever you are hoping to. You are the Magician. So the power is in your hands, dear Taurus. Whatever you want to manifest, you've got the ability to do so. Now, we say with this card, as above, so below. So, and I'm going to put it back in the deck. Let's see if it shows up again. Wow. The card of the Magician is also the card of Gemini or Virgo. Now, what just fell out here, we've got the Knight of Cups. So you've got the power to bring love into your life if that's what you're hoping for. Now, this could be the Scorpionic energy. We've got Scorpio here. So whether you are dealing with a Scorpio or you've got strong Scorpio, this is an offer of love that's coming through. And that's the slowest night of all. So, dear Taurus, so the Magician could speak of communication. Mercury is actually in Sag. It's coming up to meet up with Jupiter. So there will be, Jupiter is all about luck and expansion and you know, abundance and everything that Jupiter makes everything grow. So being in the sign of its rulership, which is Sagittarius, good communications, which will bring beneficial energy, I would say, when Mercury meets up with Sagittarius. Now, Mercury is the messenger, so messages could be coming through. There could be a lot, you know, grandiose sort of messages. And Sagittarius is a very positive sign. So Sag is all about the truth. This could be the time of truth for you. Let's cut your cards before I blabber on any more. Okay, for mid-December, dear Taurus, yeah. I just want to say that Venus, which is your ruler, she is in Scorpio, which is your karmic partner. So that's probably what's happening for you. There are conversations being had in relation to intimacy, things that have been maybe kept hidden because Scorpio is very secretive. Anything to do with what you value in your life, anything to do with shared resources, you know, other people's money, your partner's money, let's say. But Venus is still in shadow. So your ruler is still covering the ground that she retrograded on. Now she's at 8:37, so 8 degrees 37 minutes. As soon as she gets to the 10th degree, which will be the next few days, she's going to start, you know, moving into an area that she hasn't covered for a while, you know, ever since she was in Scorpio again. So let's see, dear Taurus. The foundation is the Queen of Wands, and I'm actually using the Mystical Tarot by Giuliano, Costa. It's a brand new deck, and I really love it. It's come all the way from Italy. Italia. So what is hidden from your side? Here we've got a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. What is it that you don't know? Six of Cups. Now, in the recent past, we've got the Two of Swords. In the position of now, you have your card, the Hierophant. Crowning your reading and your goal. Okay, this is the Knight of Swords. What a different depiction we've got here. He's riding a hawk. And we've got the scales here. So this is Libran energy now. Libra is the partnership house. See those scales there? He's trying to balance something out. So something is coming in quickly. A message is coming through quickly. Communication is coming through quickly. And Libra is the other people. You know, it's partnership, it's relationship, partnership in business, relationship, you know, in your emotional situation. Anyone, the other people, Libra is the other people. Let's see what's in the advice and action to take. And we've got the Ten of Wands. Now the outcome for you, dear Taurus, wow, is the King of Wands. This is incredible. This is very, very fated, you guys. If this is love, we've got the Queen and we've got the King of Wands. Let's see what's in the divine position. And we've got the Death card. Scorpio. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So, major transformation. Something is changing, dear Taurus. Changing incredibly. Now, the divine position is death and transformation. So, you are going through major change. What kind of change are you going through? Now, we've got children here. The Six of Cups. This is a beautiful card. Look at the depictions. I love this tarot. Let me take your Black Moon Astrology card before I start reading for you properly. Spirit guides and angels, can I have a card for Taurus, mid-December? Taurus. And we have air element, communicating. So on point. Communication. So it is a number 39. So air element would be Libra, Sagittarius. What am I saying? Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But nevertheless, this could be sun, moon, or rising. You may be dealing with someone who is of an air element. And I did mention Libra, so this could even be in your chart. So I don't have any other indications. What I do have here is Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries energy, because I've got fire. Now, King of Wands, Queen of Wands, two very passionate people. There is a strong sexual drive between these two. They're on the same page. They both feel a lot of passion. But I can see that the king has got his back turned to the queen. Now the queen is looking ahead, whereas the king is looking towards the future. And the king is the outcome. So I don't know which one of these characters are you. But I know that they're both very spontaneous. They go for what their heart desires. It's all about desire here. But with the Two of Swords, we've got some sort of a decision that's necessary to be made. Now, I want to say that whatever you're going through, there is some sort of transformation. Now, the Queen of Wands is in the distant past. She's in the foundation. So if this is you, then you've got a fire sign that's coming through. Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, as I said. So if this is your energy, maybe you have known each other for a long time, and there is a sense of having, dealt with each other. If this is a past life relationship, then there once was innocence. Maybe you played as children when you were at school. In a past life, maybe in this life, you were living in the same neighborhood. Nevertheless, I feel that there is a familiarity. You feel as though you've known this person forever. Now, children could be in the picture here as well, because we do have a king and a queen, so they're at a mature age. If this is a long-standing relationship, a relationship that maybe didn't work out the first time, then it's time to be given that second chance. Maybe karma is coming back around. Yeah, maybe this time things will work out better, because in the divine position we've got transformation, and this could be a very positive, very, very positive energy for you. Now, Venus is in Scorpio, so maybe those conversations, we've got the Knight of Swords, and it's coming in quickly, looking at that Libra, at those scales. So this, maybe conversations have already started whilst Venus, your ruler, was in Libra. Now, that's not long ago, so Venus being in Scorpio now says that, yes, communication, deep communications about the way you feel about each other. Maybe, as I said, things had not been said in the past. Things were left open. A situation did not close up. It did not finish. It was left up in the air, just like the Knight of Swords here. Things were up in the air, and there is a return to pick up from where you left off. Now, with the Hierophant here, which is your card, this is a card of traditions. It's a card of doing things by the book, doing things the way they've always been done. very traditionally. Now, maybe you're a very traditional sort of a person and you had to do things the right way. If that was the blockage that, was that you came across before, let's say, it's a time of change right now. And maybe believing that this person was someone that you could get to those, church steps with, someone that you could tie the knot with. Maybe you're being given that second chance now. Now, if there are any doubts, through conversation and communication, good communication, you should find that right ingredient. And we've got two swords here, so both people will be standing in their truth. They will be speaking about what is hidden in their soul, what is hidden and what hasn't been spoken about in the past, I would say. Now, we've got two children here, as I said, so either both of you have got children or one of the people have got children. And again, this is what you don't know. So it's a number of balance. We've got a 6 here. We've got a 2 here. We've got the scales here. And the Hierophant, as I have said, can be difficult energy, but it's a 5. Okay, sometimes doing things by the book, by the rules. Maybe, it wasn't the right time. Maybe it was not the right time in the past. And the wheel, has turned. We've got the Death card here, which is a number 13. The wheel is number 10. So you're past that point. You're going through major, major change. Now here we've got the 10 of Wands. And 10s always speak of completion. Getting to a point where it breaks down and it becomes the Ace. You're both holding the Ace of Wands. But why is his back turned? That's the question. He's looking towards the future. Maybe he's got the bird's eye view. Okay. Maybe he's got a bird's eye view of the future. And you're sort of, if this is you, as I've said, you are standing in between children and the Death card. So 6 of Cups, beautiful energy, beautiful energy. It's like the 2 of Cups. It's two people that are, they want to be together. They want to spend time together. Cups are our emotions. Now, maybe there were blockages. Maybe there were restrictions before. But that is changing. And because he's looking to the future, I believe that he's at the age now where he's planning everything out. Now, Taurus is very slow moving. They don't move quickly. Once you win a Taurus over, that's it. So maybe the restrictions, the boundaries have come down now. Whatever the restrictions were. So there could have been lack of communication in the past. Wow, and we've got the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is difficult energy. It's another 5. Again, fives bring in change. And, swords are all about our perception. 5 is an imbalance. And maybe you were not on the same page in the past because of, as I said, restrictions through tradition, through family, through, being part of a group, being part of a community. Maybe there was a difference. There was a difference with your upbringing. Maybe, but each person was raised in a different environment. Wow. Queen of Swords fell right on top of the Five of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is someone who can be quite aloof, quite cold, and she can use her intellect, you know, very well, very, very well. She's someone who has probably been through trouble in the past. We've got swords here. She's been through troubles. She's been through arguments. She hasn't been on the same page, and this could be another air sign that she could have been dealing with, because we've got air element communicating, and we've got the Knight of Swords. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can be difficult. Now she's got the Two of Swords here, and your partner has also got the Two of Swords. So maybe both of you are at the point of making an important decision. Now, she may be moving away from trouble. She's looking towards the future. She's leaving those swords behind her, and she's moving on. Now, this could be another air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If we look here, we've got the Knight of Swords there, and we've got the Queen of Swords down the bottom with the Five of Swords right in between the two queens. Now, if this is not the same person, if this is not your energy, then could it be that either she was dealing with an air sign, or the King of Wands was dealing with this air sign? And there could have been a marriage, which I don't know who. It could be both people. It could be one of the people. There could have been a marriage that was a heavy burden. And look at this knight. He's got his sword. He's ready to bring that down on the scales. It's as though he's going to cut those in two. So this is a severing of ties for sure. So if this is your energy, then you are moving into transformation. You are looking straight at that. If this is the partner of the King of Wands, again, it's the same thing. She's changing. She is transforming. Now, if there were differences in opinion between the two of you, then again, it's changing. Let's look at some more cards. Let's look at the Judgment card first of all. And we've got the seven of Pentacles here. So looking at a situation, wondering whether it's worth the investment, wondering whether you can keep investing and adding onto this tree. 7 is quite a progressed number. 10 is not very far off that. So that's why I'm telling you that I feel as though you're at the 7. The 10 is the family. So let's see what else we've got here. And we've got the, wow, this is the Knight of Wands. And this is very Sagittarian. Now, the Knight of Wands, we've got two knights. We've got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So I do believe that this queen is choosing between a fire sign and an air sign. Now look at this card. We've got a falling star. We've got a rainbow. And this is very quick energy. Both nights are quick, but if you notice, this night is moving towards the past and this one is moving towards the future. Let's take a card on the Hierophant. Now, Taurus, you may be breaking traditions. And we've got the Four of Swords. So taking time out, meditating, religion, your beliefs. Again, we've got a church here on top of the Hierophant. Maybe you've, taken time out. You're thinking about it. It's not an easy decision. And maybe spiritually you're both on the same page. Whatever the case, the Four of Swords is someone who is gathering up all their energy. They are seeking clarity. Another card on that. And wow, look at that. Ace of Cups. This is what is deep in your heart. Taurus, you've got the Ace of Cups right on top of the Hierophant. Now, the Four of Swords says that there is no communication. Could be 4 weeks, could be 4 months. For some of you, it could even be 4 years. Now, when I say communication, when I say communication, I mean important conversation. You may have been seriously at a distance emotionally from each other. So it's not necessarily that you have not spoken to this person at all. Let's look at the Knight of Swords. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles, another ace, is something that is very stable. Something that is really going to take off. Now, Taurus, you are Earth. Having the Ace of Pentacles right next to the Ace of Cups. Yes, it's on the Knight of Swords. But I want to say, after cutting away, after cutting through any difficult situation, cutting through any imbalance in your life, and because you know that there's many meanings in the tarot, if this is, again, looking at your partnership relationship, because this Knight is looking straight at those scales, then 2 aces right next to each other are telling me that quick movement into something that is going to be stable, something that's going to be very fulfilling, with the Ace of Cup and the Ace of Pentacles. So we do have a few cups here as well. So I want to say that, wow, 2 cards fell right on top of the Queen of Swords. 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Wow. Yeah, not easy. 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Heartache, heartbreak, going through a transition, having been wounded, someone's had their heart broken badly. And, they haven't been able to settle. They haven't been able to emotionally find themselves, even, psychologically, find their peace and their calmness. It's just been really, really tough. Like really tough. Dear Taurus, what a foundation you've got. Now, for some of you, you could be dealing with family situations because this is the foundation, right? And we're having a full moon in Cancer, which is all about the family, your foundation, parents, you know, even extended family. There has been, you know, some sort of a heartache and heartbreak here, which hasn't been easy at all. That's why the Death card is such a strong energy. You know, no transformation. And with the Judgment card there, no transformation can be easy. Let me take one on the Death card. Now, some of you may have been stuck in a situation because of children. Some of you may have been stuck in a situation not being able to move forward because of children, because of family. What's this Death card? And we've got Gemini. So head over heart decision, very karmic, another 6. But look at this card. It looks so much like the sun, so much like the energy of Leo. And here with the fire signs, Leo is very strong, I'm going to say. Now, Gemini could be the air sign that you or your partner have been dealing with in the past. Let me take a card on the King of Wands. Now, Gemini again is all about communication. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Let's look at the King of Wands. And we've got the 5 of Wands. So again, another 5. Another 5. But if we look at the wand that the king is holding, that would be the 6 of Wands. Now, with the 5 of Wands, doesn't really look like they're into a fight, are they? They're trying to build on something. And they're just staring at each other, saying, okay, what's our next move? What do we do next? How are we going to build on this? And we've got the family card. There we go. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is the generations. It's the family. It's the family business. You know, there are a lot of things at stake here because the 10 of Pentacles is right next to the 5 of Wands. This King of Wands could be someone who is very successful within business. Maybe they've got a heavy burden of a family business on their shoulders. We've got the 10 of Wands here. Look at that. So 10s always break down to the 1. A 10 here, a 10 here. You've already got the Ace of Pentacles. So you go from the Ace, you go straight to the 10, dear Taurus. Now, with the Ace of Pentacles there, you may be dealing with another earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now, because we've got the Ace of Cups as well, we've also got Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Let me take a card on the 2 of Swords. What's this indecision? And we've got the World card. Very fixed energy on this. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius, Leo. So they're the fixed signs. And this is beautiful Venus. Isn't she magnetic? She's gorgeous. Now, there is a completion of a karmic cycle. That's why this person here is going with their gut. Okay? Now, it may be necessary to travel because the World card is a card of travel as well. Maybe this person could be at a distance. We do have the Knight of Wands, which is the traveler. Let's look at the 6 of Cups. Now, the World card is very karmic again. It's the energy of Saturn. And Saturn gives you the accolades once you've put in the hard work. What is this 6 of Cups? And we've got the Page of Pentacles. So something new is beginning. And this is another page, again, children. But this is something steady that is coming through. A message of promise. A message of a new beginning. Growing on this pentacle. Look how small this pentacle is, and then you've got this massive Ace of Pentacles here. So money issues as well. Money could be, I think I said before that you could have grown up in a different environment. Could one person be from a much more financially abundant family? And that's where the difference is in, you know, your status. The difference in your family life, in your own life, could be the money. Could be your status, your reputation in the world. That could be a major block. But I do believe that when there are feelings and communication, you know, when things come out into the open, and that's what Scorpio is all about, it's the 8th house, that's where Venus is. Once Venus passes that 10-degree mark, I believe that the transformation will start. And there's going to be a decision that's going to be made as well in relation to 8th house matters, which is Scorpio again. Let's take some Sibillas. The Judgment card, 7 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. So we've got the Donna de Servizio, which is the servant. This is someone who will be there to help you. This is also, for me, very similar to Virgo energy, because Virgo is of service to others. So that's what she poses. That's what she means for me. Now we've got the La Reunion. So again, number 8, which is Scorpio. Coming back together, reunion. I did say someone from your past. And here is the Gran Signore. And here's a number 13, which is also the number of the Death card. So this is someone who is very noble, someone who is blue-blooded. This king is the King of Hearts. So we've got King of Hearts as well as King of Passion. So, you know, the King of Hearts, the King of Cups, let's say, is someone who's very emotional. They wear their heart on their sleeve. Here he's showing up as very passionate, so there's a sexual desire. But here he's looking at, and his heart is yearning for this reunion. And the reunion will be taking place because it's time for that to happen. Let's look at the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. We've got the Giovanna Fanciulla, which is the Virgin, but this is also someone who is quite pure. Pure is the sign of Virgo. Here we have Gelosia, jealousy, past regrets. Again, it's an 8, so it's all about worry. And here we've got the Pensiero, which is like the Hermit. So Virgo is all over your reading. Now we've got, you're showing up, dear Taurus, you are showing up as a fire sign, so is the King of Wands. Now this could be just the passion, or there could be sun, moon, or rising in fire. But we've got a lot of earth here, and Virgo is quite prominent here. As well as Scorpio. Pensiero is putting in a lot of thought. Okay, looking at the details. studying the situation. Now the Hermit, let's say, is someone who's going within, being spiritually enlightened. Now the Pensiero can also be a solicitor. If there was jealousy in a past relationship with this air sign, which probably is Gemini, someone is thinking of moving into a divorce, because we've got the Knight of Swords with the 2 scales there, which is Libra. And Libra is all about finding the balance. I am looking now at the decision here. So we've got Ladro, which is the thief. We've got Leggerezza, which is transformation. So these are 2 tens. Both these cards are tens, which speak of completion. And here we've got the stanza, which is intimacy, secrets, news that comes in, things that have been hidden, let's say. So look at the 2 tens, they break down to a 1. This is like 3 aces. So whatever was negative is transforming and it's changing. And the news is coming through. That whatever difficulty you've been through, there is a change. There is the ending of this karmic cycle. I want to look at the Hierophant, which I believe is, he speaks of commitment here. Commitment to love, commitment to traditions, doing things the traditional way. Yes, even though some of you may be breaking traditions, and that could be, let's say, teaming up, partnering up with someone who's not in your line of people, not in the community that you've grown up in. So this is an outsider that's coming in. You are letting in an outsider. That's where you're doing things differently. And that's because Uranus is at the last degrees of Aries. Uranus had already moved into Taurus and then it retrograded. So it's ready to come back. Uranus is turning direct on the 7th of January 2019. And it will be moving into your sign, I would say roughly end of March, April actually. April. Yes. So there's that second chance. I'll take 3 Sibillas on the Death card and the Lovers. Very karmic. And let's see what we get here. We've got Viaggio. The voyage here again is travel. This person is going on a voyage. So he's either coming in or going out. Again, very Sagittarian. Conversazione, which is like the Ace of Cups. Pleasant conversations around a table with family, friends. And we've got the Disgrazia, which is the Tower. But it's a number 7. 7. So, you know, it's something that is unexpected, obviously, but something that hasn't been spoken about. I want to take another card. And we've got the Mercante, which is the merchant. Now, this is someone who usually deals with business, import, export, which is again very Sagittarian. He's a number 13, which is right on top of the number 13, the Death card. He's a business owner and he deals with contracts. Now, this is thought that he's putting into not only business, but, you know, if this is a work reading, let's say, yes, there's a lot of thought, a lot of contemplation, but this is someone who treads very carefully with contracts. So It's as though, he's going to be doing business with a foreign place. So he's seriously, and he's looking straight up at the tower, he's seriously thinking of doing something that hasn't been done before. And the tower is a shift. It's being put on the right path. Now the tower is also Scorpio, and for me it's Uranus. So it's doing things differently. Suddenly the fire comes in, the electricity, and brings the change, brings in the shift. All right, dear Taurus, before I close up, I'd like to take just one last tarot card here, which is the Queen of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Now, if we add the Five Swords with the sixth one, she's moving into transformation, right? She's moving from difficult to calmer waters. But here, we've got the Nine of Swords. Now, usually with the Nine, it's, it's the hardest time. It was really, really tough. And I can see that. Let me take one more. Now, could there be a love triangle here? Could there be deception? Could there be a third person? Maybe someone had opened the door on a new relationship before they actually closed the door behind them. So, you know what I mean. Let me take one card. And we've got, wow, justice. Justice. Libra. Now, for some of you, Libra could be your north node or south node of the moon. Whatever you went through here, there was a reason for it, because this is a number 11, and I've said number 11 can't be easy. It's not easy, but you're walking through that doorway. You're walking straight through to balance. And look at that sword, how she's holding it. Very decisively. The scales are balanced here. Now, we did go through a lot of difficult times. We've had a lot of retrogrades. So, even partnerships have been going through major transformation. Some relationships are going to make it through. Other ones will not. So, from what I know is that all the energies of the eclipses that we've been through, the retrogrades in 2018, it's like playing, chess, and you're making your moves. But we've been pushed to the corner, we've been stuck and not been able to move. But now the path has opened, just like with our Christ the Lord, when he wanted to cross the sea, the waters opened up. His path became so much simpler. And that's what's happening now in the universe. The path is open. So it is your choice if you want to stay and not take that risk, not take the plunge, not go for what your heart really desires. You can keep going around in those karmic cycles again and again, but it's like, that little mouse that's going around and around in his cage, on that runner. It's a never-ending story. It'll keep coming around. So it's time to break the karma. It's time to do things that you need to do, and you've got a calling that you need to listen to, dear Taurus. All right? So I'm wishing you all the best. Thank you so much for all your support. Sending you lots of blessings. I will be uploading more videos before the end of the year, so press that little bell if you have not so you can be notified. Other than that, all the best to you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.